Hello dear Insomniac Games and Community Manager Aaron Jason Espinoza. Today I would like to talk to you about your awesome game Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I want to tell you about all the possible bugs and issues that I have found and that need to be fixed, as well as about all the new features, fixes and improvements that we, the players, are looking forward to. To do this, I decided to divide this video into two chapters. In the first chapter, I'll show you all the bugs and issues. In the second chapter, I'll talk about all the new features that we would like to see in the game. So, Chapter 1. Bugs and Issues. Bugs. Let's start with perhaps the most common bug, the wrong sounds of Peter's symbiotic traversal abilities. If we choose the symbiotic version of Peter's traversal abilities and take any NON symbiotic suit, as well as a black web suit, then we will hear this sound. But it should be like this. Please fix it. The next bug that I would like to tell you about is the broken model of a civilian after staying in a large symbiote. As you can see in this example, if we fight a large symbiote on the roof of a building and push him off the edge, then when he sticks to the wall and turns into a human, his model looks like this. And this is not an isolated case, and it's the same even if we're playing for Miles. Please fix it too. The next unpleasant bug that knocks you out of immersion in the game happens during crimes: Spider-Man's incorrect reaction to enemies' reinforcements. Peter calls ordinary thugs or Kraven's hunters as symbiotes. Here, listen to this.
Whoa, symbiotes dropping in. Here we go. Okay, Spider-Man, let's see how you handle us.
Or here's another example.
Where'd those symbiotes come from?
Miles has the same issue.
What? Where'd those symbiotes come from? Cool! Are you sure you don't want to bring in more help? Incoming symbiotes! Trust the flame, Ray! Everything burns!
The spider is our friend.
It needs fixing too. Moving on. The next bug is also related to crimes, or to be more precise, some crimes do not happen, even if they appear. Just take a look at this example for yourself. I'm coming to the crime, but there's nothing here. There's no one around. And this case is also not an isolated one. Please fix it too. The next bug in the game happens to cars. Here new thugs drive up to me in a white car and it passes through another, gray car. Or here's another example, even worse.
Okay, Spider-Man, let's see how you handle us.
And this also happens with Kraven's Hunter's car. Please fix it. But this is not the only issue of the Hunter's car. The next bug sometimes happens while we chasing it. Take a look for yourself.
It's following us. Go!
It's worth fixing too. The next bug concerns the lenses of the upgraded suit. As you can see, when we crawl on the walls, the lenses of this suit become like glass, or something like that. Other suits don't have this bug. At the same time, this bug disappears for the suit if we just walk, for example. Please fix it. And finally, the last bug before the issues of the game. This is a bug with flickering buildings. As you can see in this example, the buildings ahead of Spider-Man are flickering strangely, and the textures of this mirror's building seem to be moving back and forth. Or here's another example. There was no such thing in the first Marvel Spider-Man game. And the bonus. The textures of this building have moved to the left. Please, if possible, fix it all too. That's when I finish talking about bugs and move on to the next part of the first chapter. Issues. The first and second issues of the game in my video is probably what I would most like to talk about and would most like it to be fixed. Moreover, at the beginning of the second chapter, I will even tell you and show you my idea of how to fix all this. Watch it to the end. Let's start with the first one. Peter's voice is in Surge Mode in Symbiote Blast, or Anti-Venom Blast, ability. As we know, when When Peter gets a black suit in the story, his behavior becomes more aggressive, and when he's using the symbiote blast ability or surge mode, he screams furiously, as in these examples. Later in the story, Peter gets an anti-venom suit and his behavior becomes calmer, which is also evident when using his abilities. But after the end of the story mode, it all works in some random way. Sometimes Peter screams calmly, even when he's using the black color of the symbiote. And sometimes he screams furiously, even when he's using white one. Please fix this. The second issue is also very important to me, and it is similar to the first one. The names of Peter's symbiotic abilities and the colors of the symbiotic ability icons. As we know, when Peter gets a black suit in the story, the name of his abilities corresponds to the symbiote, as here. The colors of the icons of his abilities look like this, white pictures on a black background. And also in some bonus objectives it says symbiote yank on crimes. Later in the story, when Peter gets an anti-venom suit, the name of his abilities corresponds to anti-venom, as here. The colors of the icons of his abilities look like this, black pictures on a white background. And also in some bonus objectives on crimes it says anti-venom yank. But, after completing the story, all of the above corresponds to anti-venom, even if we use black tendrils and the black suits. I really ask you to fix it too. The next issue is the super dark nighttime and a little lighting bug. In this game Marvel's Spider-Man 2, unlike the first game, it is too dark during the night. You see? I literally see almost nothing here. And this is not a video montage, this is real gameplay. Or here are a couple more examples.
Escape the webs! Hurry!
And in this example, I'm showing a little bug that occurs due to an environment that is too dark. When Peter is in a dark location and approaches the wall of a building, everything around him lights up, but when I step back, everything is dark again. Miles has the same issue. Please fix it. The last issue is the identical models of the civilians. As you can see in this example, after the crime is completed, an injured civilian with headphones calls Spider-Man for help.
Back somehow. I'll try to help the city too. All clear. At least for a little while.
In the next example, almost the same civilian.
Take it from here. Bless you, Spider-Man.
They differs only in the color of the clothes and headphones, and it is precisely such civilians who almost always come across, as can be seen further on, even if we're playing for Miles. It was only after about an hour of playing that I finally met another civilian. Please make the civilians more diverse after completing the crimes. Finally, that's when I finish talking about bugs and issues of the game, and we can move on to the next chapter. Chapter 2. New features, improvements, and more. And the first thing I would like to ask in this chapter is to add the Spider-Man's customization section to the main menu. I've done some Photoshop work and this is what it might look like. Take a look. We go to the main menu during the game. Next, go to Settings, then go to Gameplay. We scroll down to the bottom and see that after the section Swing Assists and before the customization of Peter's abilities, the section Spider-Man's customization appeared. And this section will include several new features that we, the players, would really like to receive. To be more precise, there will be 10 of them. First, a few points about Peter's customization, then a few points about Miles' customization. Let's talk about each one in order. In order for me to talk about the first new feature in Spider-Man's customization section, please remember that I told you that at the beginning of the second chapter 1 will tell you my idea of how to fix the first two issues in the first chapter. Peter's voice in surge mode and symbiote blast ability, as well as the name of the symbiotic abilities and the colors of the icons of Peter's symbiotic abilities. I'm very excited about what I'm about to show you. So, instead of tendril color point, you can make symbiote color point, like that. And then players will be able to change not just the color of the tendrils, but the color of the entire symbiote of Peter. We will have 3 items to choose from, as before, story, black and white. And this means that if we choose story, then everything will remain as it is now in the game. If we choose black, we will change not only the color of Peter's tendrils, but also all the names of his symbiotic abilities, the colors of his icons. Bonus objectives will contain Symbiote Yank, his screams will be furiously in Surge Mode and Symbiote Blast ability, as well as enemies will react to Peter's suit, as it was according to the story. Here are some examples.
Suit doesn't matter. We gotta win. Is that some special suit? Think your new suit will stop us? Ha! That suit won't change anything. I bet your new suit burns well.
All that black makes you look like a devil!
What would the black do? You and that new suit.
But if we choose white, then all of the above will correspond to anti-venom, and the enemies will react to Spider-Man, as usual, without his black suits. Thus, Peter's furious screams will always be the way we, the players, want them to be. And they won't happen randomly. And the issue is solved. I really hope that you will listen to me in this situation. I believe in you, Insomniac. The next feature in this section, Peter's parry and traversal abilities, has already been wonderfully done by you. So let's move on. The second new feature in Spider-Man's customization section that players would really like to receive is the opportunity to choose the suit for Peter's Surge Mode. There are currently only 2 Surge Mode suits available in the game, Symbiote and Anti-Venom. But if I'm using a classic Spider-Man suit, then I'd like to get a classic black suit when activating Surge Mode. Or when using the web suit and activating Surge Mode, I'd like to get a black web suit. This is how it might look in the main menu. Please add this. The third new feature in Spider-Man's customization section is the opportunity to choose one or another special finishers of Peter and Miles. When I say special finishers, I mean those finishers where Peter or Miles use their additional abilities, either a symbiote, spider arms, or bioelectricity. But first, let's talk about Peter. In his special finishers, he uses either spider arms, as here, or here,
Burn you to your bones, fool's beacon!
and also in doubles. Or a symbiote, like here. Or here. And also in doubles.
Hey, need a dance partner?
But now in the game, these special finishers work randomly, and as a result, even if I use a black suit and Peter's symbiotic abilities, sometimes I still see spider arms during special finishers, like here. Or here. And that doesn't match up. Using these suits, I only want to see symbiotic special finishers. Or vice versa, with Peter's regular suits, I only want to see spider arms. Here's how you can fix it. Default leaves everything as it is in the game. As for the symbiote and spider arms, I think that's clear. Please add this. The fourth new feature in Spider-Man's customization section is Peter's aggressive voice. As we know, when Peter gets a black suit in the story, he's talking like this.
A break-in? I'll break them. So they want to play with fire, huh?
Here!
Hunter's trying to set an ambush. Cultists aren't burning down anything today. You're gonna need a lot more than that. Pitiful. They never had a chance. That felt good. Talk about weak.
But before and after that moment, he talks in his usual, friendly neighborly phrases. Please add the option to enable or disable this feature. Now let's move on to Miles customization. And the first Miles thing in Spider-Man's customization section I would like to ask is that you please give us the opportunity to choose between the blue and orange colors of Miles' Mega Venom Blast. Now in the game, Miles can only use the blue color of the Mega Venom Blast, just like here. But in his own spin-off game, he used the orange color of this ability, just like here. I would really like to be able to switch between these Mega Venom Blast colors. Like that, the second new feature for Miles is his parry and traversal abilities, just like Peter's. As we know, at the beginning of the story, Miles uses the orange color of his parries, as here. But later, when his abilities evolve, his parries turn blue, like here. And also his traversal abilities in the air both at the beginning and at the end of the game remain orange, as here. Please give us the opportunity to switch between the orange and blue colors of Miles' parry and traversal abilities, as we can do with Peter. The third new feature for Miles is his special finishers. Just like Peter, Miles has two types of special finishers. Blue, as in these examples.
Spider-Man! You can't!
And orange, as in these examples.
Shoot the spider!
That's bad advice!
And just as I asked you to give us the opportunity to choose which special finishers Peter will use, I ask you to give us the same opportunity for Miles. It might look like this. And the fourth and latest new customization feature for Miles is the color of his web wings. As we know, Miles has two colors of web wings available in the game. Red, like here. And blue, like here. And sometimes the color of the wings matches perfectly with the chosen suit, like here. And sometimes it doesn't, like here. Or here. The chosen suits in these examples are predominantly blue, but the web wings remain red. Please let us choose which color of web wings Miles will use. As always, I've shown you what it might look like here. The next point in the second chapter is to add night rain weather after completing the story. In one of the patches, you gave us, the players, the opportunity to choose the time of day, but now the game does not have such a time of day to choose when we want, as in this example. Please add it too. The third point in the second chapter is to make this black websuit more movie accurate. You've already done this with the red and blue websuit, as well as the Amazing 2 suit. As you can see in these examples, the black websuit in the movie has a slightly darker suit color, its webbing is slightly thinner and less visible, and its lenses are slightly larger than those of the red and blue websuit. And as a result, you'll get something like this. And it will be very awesome if you do it. And also a couple of small comments on this point. It will be good if you make symbiotic traversal abilities for the suit during the story, instead of spider arms, as here. Also, you've changed the red and blue websuit, but its icon remains the same. This is a minor detail, but it will be very nice if you fix it too. The next improvement I would like to ask you for is to make the civilians more alive in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. If in this game we go down to the street and walk among the civilians, they almost do not react to Spider-Man in any way. Take a look for yourself.
Long time no see.
You see? They don't care about Spider-Man. Let's do the same in the first game.
Over here!
That's right, it's me.
Hey, you got some kind of skin condition under that stupid suit or something?
Hey, just taking a break.
Shouldn't you be swinging or something?
How's it going? Pardon me.
It's really you.
Hey, turn this way.
Go get him, Spider-Man.
I walk around with the civilians and they often say something to Spider-Man. He even has haters. And here, the girl across the street even took a picture of Spider-Man. Let's run a little further. Here are a couple more examples of how the civilians react to Spider-Man. Please do the same in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. The next.
You don't mind, right?
Jameson's tying you to the Demons and City Hall.
side of the story out there, Spider-Man. Let me get straight.
I just want to say Jameson's a jerk. We all know you had nothing to do with
Excuse me.
Hey, Spider-Man. I just launched an app that's a daily live trivia game show. I'd love to have you as a guest host.
The next feature that I would like to ask for concerns the FNSM app. After completing the game, it looks like this. Give us the opportunity to choose the crimes that we want in this app, like it was in Miles Morales' spin-off game. And also, please give us the opportunity to turn off crimes altogether, so that sometimes we can just web-slinging around the city and not be distracted by them. The next new feature is to please return the selfie mode to photo mode, as it was in the first game. Here it is. The next new feature is to please return the character bios as they were in the first game. And also in Miles Morales' spin-off game. You might get something like this. And also, please return the opportunity to re-listen to a JJJ archives, as in the first game and in the Miles Morales game. And also a DannyCast, like in Miles Morales' spin-off game. And finally, the last and perhaps one of the most important thing I would like to talk about in my video is the suits for Peter and Miles. Please return all of Peter's missing suits from the first game. As well as Miles' missing suits from his spin-off game. And yet, I also prepared small clips and screenshots with new suits that we would like to see in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Let's start with Peter's suits. Here they are. Tobey Maguire's homemade suit. Andrew Garfield's homemade suit. Spider-Man, India. Cosmic Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Ben Reilly. Spider-Man, House of M. Ninja Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Clone Hunter. Arachnido Jr. Spider-Knight. Spider-Man, Surveillance Suit. Cyber Scarlet Spider. Spider-Mech. Spider-Man, Assassin. Spider-Man, Bullet Points. Blood Spider. Blood Spider, Modern. Spider-Man 1602. Spider-Man 2211. Spider-Man, Earth X. Prodigy. Hornet. The Goblin, Peter Parker. And the legendary Spider-Cop suit. And then there are a couple of suits for Miles' Vibranium suit. And this suit, the name of which, unfortunately, I do not know. Please add all these suits to Peter and Miles. We are ready to wait as long as you want. Conclusion. Well, that's the end of my video. These screenshots show the totals of everything that we, the players, would like to receive. Thank you so much for your attention. We really love you, Insomniac Games. We really love your games and appreciate your hard work. And just a little bit, we want to help you improve your game. I sincerely believe that you will listen to us and do everything beautifully. Thank you for everything, and have a nice day.